For my Charlotte Mason loving mamas out there, for my moms that have kids of all sorts of different ages, from kindergarten through junior high, for my moms that have busy schedules, I have a curriculum that you are going to love. It is super special. Let's get into it. Hi you guys, my name is Olivia. I'm a stay-at-home mama to 3. I homeschool my 10-year-old boy, and I also homeschool my 6-year-old daughter, and then I have a 6-month-old daughter. So today I have a really special curriculum to share with you guys. I was at another homeschool get-together, and I overheard a mama telling someone else about this curriculum that she had just put together and that she had created, and she really humbly kept it at that and moved on. And in my brain I was like, you created a whole curriculum? What? So at the end, when we were cleaning up, I approached her and I was like, did I hear right that you said that you created your own homeschooling curriculum? And she goes, yeah, I did. It is so beautiful. So she gifted it to me. I'm going to share it with you guys. I'm going to do a flip through of it with you guys. Let me talk about it a little bit first. It is called The Simplified Feast. This is volume 1. This is by Cherelle German, and it is an eclectic Charlotte Mason based family style curriculum. So like I said before, it is for mamas that have kiddos between kindergarten through 8th grade. It has really simple teacher resources. It is open and go. It is streamlined, and it's still full of tons and tons of those beauty subjects. There are 15 plus subjects that she covers in this curriculum. She wanted something that was really short during the day, something that was not going to be overwhelming to open up and figure out how to do. There's really minimal prep. It sounds amazing, right? She also has plans to come out with some special editions for holidays. So she's got Thanksgiving and Christmas planned as well. And there are different methods and learning styles for all different sorts of learners in here. Her main focus was to create a really well-rounded program, but removing the overwhelm of having all of the prep, all of the resources, the really long school days. And she still wanted to create a really full, comprehensive program. This curriculum has been years in the making for her. She wanted something that she just was not seeing available on the market, and that was a Charlotte Mason family style type of curriculum where you're still going to recognize it as Charlotte Mason, but she knows that, like her, there's so many different ways that families move, where sometimes you're really involved in your community. Sometimes you're a working mama and you either work part-time or you work full-time and you're still trying to homeschool. Or you have kids that are in so many different stages of life that sometimes it's not easy to have solo 1, 2, or 3 hours with each one of your kiddos during the day to fit in all of these programs. Or maybe you guys have a lot of extracurriculars during the day. So she knows that moms are busy, and she wanted to create something that was shorter and streamlined, but she still wanted to expose her kids to all of those really beautiful subjects and of all the goodness in the world that you get with music and art and really great literature. So let me tell you some of these subjects we're going to get into. So there is scripture memorization, you have composer study, artist study, art and handicrafts, and there is poetry and read alouds and tea time, and you're going to have science and social studies and history and home economics and cooking, like your copy work, your dictation. You're going to have narration. You have some writing as well with these prompts, these story starters that she has created, life skills, community service projects. The only 2 things that she does not have included in this curriculum is she does not write out your math curriculum for you, and she does not have grammar, phonics, like greater language arts. So those are 2 things that you will be adding in, but those are already included in the blocks. So let me get into the schedule a little bit. So she has this created in an 8-block subject school day, and the way that she fits in all 15 plus subjects are, you don't do everything every day. So she rotates your subjects throughout the day. She has a block written in for your language arts, and she has a block written in for your math. And then the other things are rotated, including in those 8 blocks are in a written in break block, and then she has a written in tea time and read aloud block. So really, there's only 6 blocks of actual sit down work that you would be doing. And again, not all of those sit down work are reading, writing, arithmetic. You're going to have art and handicrafts and home economics and science. Cherelle was also really tired of having these curriculums where you needed to rotate in a lot of resources. So you needed different books and resources for all of those subjects, and you had to find them, purchase them, or borrow them and house them, all of these things. So she has created an open and go, really simplified curriculum. There's also not a giant complicated teacher resource and a student resource. It's all in one. She was really thinking of simplicity in mind for parents without the runaround. She wanted to take the blessing that was the opportunity to be able to stay home with her kiddos and expose them to the beauty and goodness in the world that all of these subjects really encompass and create in this homeschooling life for them. So the eclectic part of this is Cherelle pulls from lots of different methods. She's not a purist in any one form. It's still recognizable as being Charlotte Mason based. And she also has a lot of different methods for learners in here who learn a certain different way. You're gonna have auditory learning, hands-on kinesthetic learning, there's writing, there's those who, thrive visually, and she really moves them around in different ways where your learner is going to be able to find something that they learn this way best in and they're going to thrive in, but it's also a really gentle exposure to the other sorts of learning styles too, so that you can grow as a learner. So if it seems unattainable to you to be able to curate your own curriculum with your own school day where you really pull in all of those different subjects, I would love to be able to expose my kids and do a composer study or a hymn study or an artist study or art or what have you. She has really condensed it into this beautiful, enriching homeschool curricula. So I'm gonna jump into it and do the flip through for you guys. Okay, here we go. This is the Simplified Feast. So this is volume 1. This is it all printed out. Again, there's no separate teacher manual or student pieces. This is it. It's all in one. So you're going to have some table of contents here. This is given to you in a PDF, which is nice also to do that because you're going to see within the curriculum that there are some links and some QR codes to use to get you to some different of the online resources. So you can have it all printed out in front of you all at once, which is nice to have it all together like that. But if you'd rather just print out the pieces that you know you're going to use or hang up or be written on, that's also nice too if you're going to have a laptop or a tablet or a phone handy so that you can just scroll up and click on the links that way. Here is a welcome letter from Cherelle. She introduces you to her curriculum here. And then there's going to be how to use for all of the different subjects in here that you're gonna come across. I'm gonna flip forward to this links and resources page. So you will be getting the password to the online resources when you download this. And then under here again is a QR code, but here is a copy of the 3 resources you're going to use. These are the only resources you're going to use for the whole curriculum. So no dozens and dozens of books. This is what we got. Hot on the Trail in Ancient Egypt. This is what we're going to be using for history and geography. The Golden Goblet, this is going to be the read aloud. So these are connected obviously in ancient Egyptian times. So it's a little bit of a unit study that way where you're going to have your literature and your history and your geography combined that way. And then this is a Leonardo da Vinci book that you use for your artist study. Alrighty, so next up here we have the weekly schedule. I brought you in a little bit closer. Hopefully that's easier for you to see here. So this is the way you're going to be able to fit in all of those beauty subjects, all the goodness. So you've got your 8 blocks here. One of the blocks is tea time and read aloud, and another one of the blocks is the break. So like I said, you have 6 blocks here of sit down or structured learning time. You're going to start the day with your scripture memorization, and then block 2 is when you're going to start rotating. So you're going to have composer study, hymn study, artist and picture study, poetry. She has it written in here. This is 10 minutes worth of work for each of these. Block 3, you're going to rotate between copywork and dictation, your grammar or your language arts, composition and narration, and creative story writing. She has a block in here of 25 minutes. Block 4 will be history, home ec, geography or social studies, and science, 25 minutes for this. Your break, your tea time and read aloud, a block in here written in for your math, and block 8 is going to be rotated between handicrafts, nature study, art, and your community service or cooking. I was chatting about this curriculum to another mama. One of the concerns she said was, well, my kindergartner is learning phonics this year, and I would like to obviously touch on phonics every single day and not just one of the days. And that's what's so beautiful about this. If you wanted to keep everything looking the exact same way, then this is already a really short school day. But as I say in all of my curriculum videos, make it work the way you need to make it work. If you want to spend time on your grammar and your phonics every single day, then if you're going to also include it on one of these days, then just shorten your copywork or your dictation time. Shorten this if you want to keep it in the same block. Pick another one of the subjects that you want to shorten the time for to fit in some of your phonics and your language arts or your grammar that way. The beauty about this is that it's going to be really easy to make this work for your family, which is exactly why she created it the way she did. Also, as you know, this is a 4-day work week. So she has an entire day blocked off with no sit down scheduled time, so that if you need to expand your day to have a 5-day work week, you absolutely can. Or if you're someone who's saying, okay, well, I'm gonna need to fit in one of these subjects every single day because that's what's gonna need to work for my family, then you can scoot all of these over into either the subjects that you pushed or the time that you shortened everything and include those again on a 5th day. Really, it's modifying this to be able to work for you. All right, so let's get into the lessons here. I'm going to show you 2 full weeks of lessons so that you can really get a good look at the different things that you're going to see with this curriculum. For every one of the lessons, she has a supply list for the week. And then for each individual lesson during the week, she has a schedule here that she has printed out and suggested, which I think is great. This is one of the ways that she has kept the teacher resource situation really condensed and streamlined. If you're going to be using, if you're a family that uses your phone or your laptop or your tablet to hold on to your digital resources, and you're not someone who prints out the entirety of the curriculum, then this keeps it really easy to get to links and that sort of thing that way. Or if you do like having your own teacher materials, there's not a whole lot in this stack to separate and print themselves and have your own teacher materials that way. But she does have links and QR codes embedded. Here underneath the tabs are going to be the QR codes. When you do this flip through with me, that's what you're going to be seeing underneath the tabs. I just have them covered up here to keep some integrity to the curriculum. So if you do have this printed out, you use your phone, scan the QR code, and you're going to have access to the composer lesson and the song. She has the whole day right here blocked off, as you can see. She also includes a lot of these really beautiful printouts. You could do one for the whole family and pin it up on a wall or hang it on a white or a blackboard. Or if you're one of the families that like to have these sorts of printouts, one for each kiddo, you could put this in a morning folder or a menu or what have you. Here's a printout of the composer for the composer study. Here is the copywork for level 1. She's going to have 3 different levels depending on where your kiddos are at. So here is print and or cursive and an area to draw. This is going to be copywork for level 1. Copywork for level 2, you're going to have one verse here, again in print and in cursive. She includes them both, so you don't have to choose, I only want print, I only want cursive. There's an option here for both of them. Again, it's meeting your kiddos where you're at the level that they're at. And then here is copywork for level 3. This is a bigger passage here. Again, in print and in cursive. Here is the printout for the dictation for the week. She has this on the lesson printout. Here she has some of the creation timeline cards. I just think the pictures that she chose are so beautiful. This is the Paper Sloyd handicraft for the week. So you're going to, there's another, like I said, QR code underneath. You're going to scan for the tutorial here. Lesson 2, here's a schedule for lesson 2. There is a QR code here for the song for the hymn study. Here's the hymn. Here is the printout for the family cleaning binder. This is going to be one of the home ec versions. I think it's so fun that she included a home ec subject inside of this curriculum. Here's the chore chart list. You could make one for each kiddo if you'd like. Some directions. She's starting off with laundry. And then here is the printout for the nature binder that you'll be doing for the nature study. She has a little bit of a prompt here for how to use it. This is lesson 3 during the week. Scripture memory scramble, another fun way to incorporate a different way of memorizing the scripture for the week. Print out of Leonardo da Vinci for the artist study and some of his pieces of work here. Here are some Nile River printouts. This is for the geography and social studies portion for this day. Here's a really fun craft for this week. So you're going to be making these mosaic bean art. Lesson 4. So this will be the last lesson for this week. Again, it's a 4-day school week that she has scheduled out. Whether you want 5 and you want to elongate this and add something in on the 5th day, or you like to use that 5th day for a co-op or for extracurriculars or for appointments, she has it scheduled out for a 4-day work week. Again, different QR codes for the resources. So the narration here is going to be incorporated into the science block. This is your poem for the week. This is the story starter. I think that these are so fun. I'm going to pull you in a little bit closer so you can get a better look at this one. So basically it's this story prompt that's written out here. So then she has a suggestion down here on how to expand from the story. So this is kind of like a little inspiration jump board so that you can finish the writing yourself, which I just think is such a fun way to incorporate writing. I have for sure found that my son starts writing a lot better and there's not as much of a starting block in the beginning when he has some sort of a prompt. Here is for drawing this week, this desert scene. All right, this is going to start out week 2. So again, at the beginning of the week, you have your whole supply list. So it's not like you're running into it at each lesson and then having to scramble and think to yourself, oh shoot, I need to get that done for this day. You can have it all prepped for the week before. It's very minimal, as you see again. You're diving in a little bit deeper and expanding with your composer study. And then here we have some more history. And then here you're going to narrate what you did when you listened to the history lesson. This is the scripture for the week. This is a coloring picture. Your paper sloy for the week is making these envelopes. Make multiple and write letters to family or friends. Mail them out. I think that that's so cool. She's expanding on the laundry here. These are some QR codes to videos how to fold. I love that this is included in here. This is for your nature study. Look at this super fun nature craft. I love that. Here's your second story starter. And then here are some examples of some different bird nests. I love this because in all of the other enrichment or Charlotte Mason type curriculum that I've seen out there, they would like you to purchase another resource of some sort to be able to access this, or even they'll tell you go and look up some pictures, which is again totally fine, but you know, it does take up some of your time to go in and research and look through for some images that would relate to the lesson. And I love that she has these included and printed out here for you. So instead of having to go to the library or find a book that you would like that is going to give you this kind of information and these examples, she has them printed out here for you. Here's the drawing prompt for the week. How pretty is that? So because there's not another printout, I do want to just mention here that she has the QR code for the cooking recipe this week. You're making cinnamon butter, which we've already cooked, we've already made. This was so yummy. All right, you guys, and then this would be week 3, lessons 9 through 12. So as you can see, this is so full. There's so many beautiful subjects and lessons and activities to do in here. You really are getting a little bit of absolutely everything. As you can see, she kept it super simple and really streamlined. You don't have an overwhelming number of resources that you need to pull or keep your hands on. The lessons are approachable and short and right to the point. You're still exposed to all of these really fun, memorable little bits of knowledge that she has curated in this really beautiful curriculum. All right, guys, that was it. I hope you're as excited about this as I am when I saw it. I think it's so beautiful. I think it's so full and lovely. And there's so many different subjects in here to expose your kiddos to. And I love that she has simplified it for us and made a daunting, really long school day short and attainable and approachable. You don't have a bunch of resources you're gonna need to store around or pull from or keep track of. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave those down below. If not, thanks so much for joining me in this one, and I will see you guys next time.